Yes, you're welcome to my channel. It's your boy Jacob. There's another very important question which I want to answer today, which very many people like asking. Is say, how much money do you need to come with in the US? How much should I collect when I'm coming here in the United States to start my career? This is a very tricky question, and each person has their answer on how much money should come with in the US. But all I can say is just come with enough money. Yes, come with enough money. Because this question is very variable according to a person's status. There are people who have relatives and they are going to stay. There are people whom they know, probably friends, and they are going to stay there. Those people, their budget is different from a person who doesn't know anyone. Yeah, so it also depends on the circumstances of your coming. If you are a green card holder, you are coming on a green card and you are coming on employment based, and you are coming with a staffing agency. The amount is different there because like most nurses, the staffing agencies usually have an orientation process where they pay them during orientation process, so that person also the status is different. So this is a variable question, and also depends on the family. Are you coming with a family or not? So that's also another thing for people who have friends who have relatives in the US, and those ones can come with a family because they are going to put their family there, then they go and settle their part and do the orientation and all that stuff. That's a different case. But if you are a person and you don't know anyone here in the US, that definitely, if you are coming with your family, that means you are going to get them a place to rent for a month, and then when you're done with your work, like for the nurses, if you're done with your orientation, then you come back to your family. That's when you incur another cost. So the money is variable. If I can give you my example, I only came with $1,000, and it was enough because with $1,000 during orientation, I was paid and without working, but they pay you. So I added up that amount on money on orientation with what I have, and I was able to get a house and also to pay the security deposit. So to me, in my case, I came by myself, so $1,000 was enough because I also got paid during the orientation program when I came on unemployment based. So in total, 1,000, and I was very economical, so I used less money. So I was able to have enough money to rent a house, a 2-bedroom house, and also pay the security deposit, and I move on with my job. So it's a question. It depends on your circumstances. If you are single, you come with less money, like $1,000. It's enough. But if you are married and you don't have enough money, my advice I can tell you is first leave the family home. Yes, leave the family home, come by yourself, settle. Finish your orientation program, finish getting the necessities, the bank accounts, the driving, get secure a house, then you can bring your family. That is for people who don't know anyone, and you are coming by yourself, and you don't have any money, you don't have enough money. Yeah, leave the family home, first come, settle within 1, 2, 3 months, then you can bring the family over. Because the visa, if you are coming on unemployment visa, it gives you an allowance of 6 months for you to bring your family in. So if you are that person who has a family at home, yes, don't first leave them at home, come here, settle, then they can come within 3 months. But if you're a person who has people here, you can come at once. That's the best thing, because you receive your social security and your green cards at the same time. But if you are a person like me who came without knowing anyone, the best advice I can give you is first leave the family members at home, come, settle, and then you can bring them later. It saves on the cost of money, because if you bring them here at the same time you are struggling with your orientation, you are struggling to settle in, the kids start getting sick and you are still also struggling. So you are struggling with 2 people or 3 people and you are also not yet settled. So the best answer I can say, it depends on the circumstances. But to me, if I can give you my example, I came with $1,000 and it was enough for me because I was economical. But some people are not economical. Like most girls, they shop a lot, they take photos a lot, they go to the beaches. You know, that time when you're excited in the new places, you do a lot of things. So they tend to spend a lot, and if you are in that category of a person who is a spendthrift, you need to come with more money. But if you are economical like me, $1,000 is enough, and that's what I came with. Yes, I came with $1,000. I added on some little money I was paid. I was able to secure a house, a 2-bedroom house, and I was able to pay the social security deposit. So I spent like $3,000 on the house. Then I got a loan for the car, and all those things keep on coming. But to me, if you are not constrained so much with the family and all the other stuff, the minimum I can say is $1,000. But if you are that person who knows no one and you are coming with the whole family, you need to spend a little bit more than that. Probably you need $2,000 or $3,000 because you need to rent from the very beginning. But if you are a person who is single, if you are not constrained so much with the family and you are coming here by yourself for the first time, I believe $1,500 would be enough. And still on that 1,000, you need to be a little bit economical. So it's a question which depends on someone's status, but that's all I can say according to me, according to my example. $1,000 worked for me, but it might not work for someone else depending on the circumstances, because there are things you need to do. You need a house. I went for a double-roomed house because I have some kids, and I had some payment from my employers. They were paying me from the time I started orientation. So I used part of that pay to secure a house. My first rent is $2,000 for a 2-bedroom house. Then remember that $2,000 is not enough for all houses here in the US. They need a security deposit. So for $2,000 for a 2-bedroom house, you add security deposit. Most places they charge $1,000. So basically $3,000 on the house. Okay. Then of course there are things which go with, like securing the car, things like that. The money getting training for driving, some money goes there. So basically that's $4,000. You get it? So but because I was being paid, so part of that remaining money, with the $1,000, part of the remaining money, I had to get it from my payment. So basically with my $1,000 plus what my employers gave me, because at the end of the month after my payment I had like $4,000. So I was able to secure a house and able to do the tests, the driving tests, get a car, that money. So after my orientation, I had like $4,000. So it depends on someone's status. It all depends on your circumstances, how you are coming in the States here. So it's a question which is very variable, and it depends on in your circumstances. So that's the best way I can answer this type of question.